The following is produced by 5 Star Productions USA, which is solely responsible for its editorial content.
We all need water to survive. Unfortunately, not every water source is desirable for consumption, but there is an alternative. Developing a sound financial strategy is one way to help improve financial health.
Some of us may be on our own and responsible for our own financial situation.
Can increasing fish in your diet decrease your risk of heart disease?
Very heavy feeling. I can't take a deep breath.
Living with asthma is not easy, but improved inhalers can provide faster relief. And for terminally ill people, comfort can come from an asset which was normally not available. All these topics next on Today's Health. This program is brought to you in part by Crystal Geyser, the Vanguard Group, Red Lobster, 3M Pharmaceuticals, and Medical Escrow Society.
It's exciting, and it's loaded with danger. I'm not talking about the latest action thrill sport. I'm talking about plain old everyday life. From the minute we wake up to the time we go to bed, we face situations that can affect our health and well-being and possibly change our lives. Hello, I'm Faith Daniels, and this is Today's Health. People say we are what we eat, but consider this. The human body is about 70% water. So maybe it's time we take a better look at the quality of the fluids we drink.
Water. It's an essential ingredient for life. A person can survive months or even years without certain nutrients, but only a few days without water. In addition, water plays a vital role in the body process. As you age, you lose the ability to know when to drink.
Water is very important because it involves all the chemical and biochemical process in the system, such as circulatory system, respiratory system, digestive system.
Water is the wellspring of life, always has been. The human body is made up of almost 2/3 water, and all human processes involve water. Water carries oxygen, the vital fuel to all the tissues. It carries nutrition to all the tissues. It eliminates all the waste products from the body through filtration in the kidneys.
In the early 1900s in America, we began the process of chlorinating tap water, which was highly effective in eliminating the problem of microbial contamination for drinking water supplies. The fundamental threat to the water supply now is Cryptosporidium, a microbial organism that can cause problems for people with immune system deficiencies or elderly and children.
Tap water in recent years, along with the rest of our environment, has become increasingly threatened, increasingly impure, increasingly subject to breaking of stringent regulations. American consumers, particularly, and in many other parts of the world, have become very health conscious. They have recognized not only the importance of water, but also the danger that an impure water supply presents to their family's health.
With few alternatives to clean water sources, bottled water is one of the fastest growing options to the health-conscious consumer.
You are what you drink. The single most important nutrient in your daily life is pure, clean, fresh water. The best way to get it, in our opinion, is bottled water, bottled at the source.
Crystal Geyser is one company that recognized the need for a pure natural spring water source that could offer an alternative to the deteriorating supply from public water systems.
The snow fields on the eastern slope of the Sierra by Mount Alangia melt, come down through the granite over the years, come into our facility, directly into our plant, and directly into the bottle. From the time the water enters the plant to the time it enters the bottle is less than 15 minutes.
A bottling plant was built at that spring site so that they could bottle the water right from the source, guaranteeing its freshness and purity. It is then filtered through a proprietary 0.1 micron absolute filtration ozonation system, which removes particles smaller than bacteria and ensures the water's purity and freshness. It is then immediately bottled to protect the water's integrity. Many bottled water companies let their water sit in storage tanks for days before it is bottled. Constant monitoring of water at the source ensures that its initial purity is never compromised.
Our filtration system includes a 0.1 micron absolute filtration and ozonation system, which is 10 times more efficient than national bottled water standards. It's a proprietary system. We're the only plant in America that has this system. We also ensure quality by monitoring the process at all stages. And remember, it takes less than 15 minutes for the water to go from the source through our facility and into the bottle. It never quits moving.
Maintaining our financial health is not only smart, it's necessary.
Ask yourself, what do I want this money to do? Is it going to fund my retirement? Is it going to pay for my children's education?
Seafood. It's a natural part of any eating plan, but what effect can it have on our health?
Eating fish high in omega-3 fatty acids can actually reduce our risk of heart attack.
These topics next on Today's Health.
Proper diet and exercise are the basics of healthy living. In addition to staying physically fit, though, our financial health is also important to our well-being. As our next story shows us, improving your financial fitness is truly an investment in your future.
For many of us, keeping up with the day-to-day demands of family and work while maintaining a healthy lifestyle is a constant challenge.
Give me the name, okay, and the address. Okay, Anita, I will see you in the office.
While staying physically fit is vital to our overall well-being, finances can also play an important part.
Well, I think maintaining financial health is just as important as maintaining good physical health. There are things we can do today, both physically and financially, that will assure our health in the future. For women, I think it's more important, or it certainly is important, because on average women live about 5 to 7 years longer than men. So at some point, some of us may be on our own and responsible for our own financial situations even more so than we are now.
Developing a sound financial strategy is one way to help improve financial health. Whether you choose to develop a financial plan on your own or seek professional advice, the decision to take control of your finances is critical. One of the most important choices facing investors is how to allocate their assets. Deciding what the right mix of stocks, bonds, and cash equivalents is right for you. It's also a good idea to evaluate your current financial situation and the amount of risk you're willing to take to meet your investment goals.
It's absolutely vital that you first ask yourself, what do I want this money to do? Is it going to fund my retirement? Is it going to pay for my children's education? Is it going to keep me in a secure place for the rest of my life?
These decisions are very important for me, and I go to a financial planner so that I can be assured of financial security in the future when I'm older and I'm no longer able to work and earn an income. Of course, this is very important.
A mutual fund is a vehicle that's been developed over the past several decades to serve a real need in this marketplace. More and more individuals want to invest in stocks and bonds and other investments, and by pooling together with other investors and hiring a professional advisor to oversee those assets, they can earn not only better diversification, but in many cases they can pay less money than they might otherwise. Our whole purpose with our Plain Talk Library is to provide our shareholders and our prospective shareholders with kind of a guideline to what are some of the basic questions being asked by investors.
I feel very secure that the future in terms of my financial situation is being handled properly, and that I'm doing the right thing, and that my money is working for me.
It's never too early to start working on your financial fitness. The most important step is to get started. By taking control of your financial health today, you're also investing in your future.
We all like to stay fit, and an important part of our daily regimen is diet. Knowing what to eat to maintain a healthy lifestyle is sometimes difficult. Often the foods we aren't eating enough of are exactly the foods our bodies need.
If it tastes good, it must not be good for you. Sound familiar? Well, it's not true for seafood. Fish and shellfish are what nutritionists call nutrient dense. That means you get far more healthy nutrients in most varieties rather than fat and calories.
A 4-ounce portion of white fish, such as haddock, halibut, and flounder, provides about 1/3 of an adult's requirement for protein, but has very little fat and less than 100 calories. Most seafood has less cholesterol than lean beef and poultry, and it's rich in vitamins and minerals. In general, fish is high in thiamine, niacin, vitamins B6, B12, folic acid, and even fluoride for strong teeth and bones. Many kinds of fish are high in omega-3 fatty acids. Health and nutrition experts agree that eating fish high in omega-3 fatty acids can actually reduce our risk of heart attack. In fact, the Journal of the American Medical Association reports that eating as little as 1 serving per week of fish high in omega-3 fatty acids can make us more heart healthy.
Our customers are guaranteed that the fresh fish or seafood that they enjoy at our restaurants is some of the finest available throughout the world.
Though many of us are looking for a healthy change in our diet, we often find fish and other seafood difficult to prepare at home. That's why so many people are eating seafood out. In fact, at Red Lobster alone, diners consume more than 90 million pounds of seafood a year. And what about the quality of seafood we're eating? Hi, how are you?
We'll prepare your fresh fish any way that you like it. However, we do recommend that you have it either broiled or grilled, in which there's very little added fat, or you can have it poached or steamed, in which there's no added fat at all. As one of the largest purchasers of seafood in the world, Red Lobster spans the globe looking for the freshest seafood available. Our suppliers must meet very strict guidelines and provide us with the top of their catch.
Seafood like catfish, salmon, trout, and shrimp are often farm-raised, so quality is controlled right at the source.
Our seafood is inspected several times throughout processing and handling, and our fresh fish is shipped overnight to individual restaurants where the inspection continues. Our managers and staff are well trained in quality control techniques. They inspect the seafood from delivery and through various intervals from preparation to order.
To maintain a continuous supply of top quality seafood, Red Lobster encourages a long-term approach to utilization of marine resources. The company will not knowingly buy seafood from countries that do not regulate fishing in their waters, or from fishing crews that operate without regard for future supplies.
As healthier lifestyles and smart eating grow in importance, remember that seafood is a natural part of a nutritious eating plan.
Asthma, its exact cause remains a mystery, but relief from the symptoms is only a breath away.
When I discovered I was terminally ill, were issues around dying and whether or not I was ready.
For terminally ill people, life insurance benefits can help ease the burden while they are still alive. These topics next on Today's Health.
Every day we breathe thousands of times. It's something we do without thinking, unless you suffer from asthma. For many children and adults, asthma can make the simple act of breathing a matter of life and death. Fortunately, there are some new solutions.
Asthma is a lung disease that results in wheezing, coughing, tightness in the chest, and shortness of breath. Its exact cause remains a mystery, and there is no cure.
Asthma is a condition that affects the bronchial tubes. These are the tubes that carry air from the mouth to the bottom of the lungs, where oxygen is given off to the body and then carbon dioxide is expelled.
An asthma attack can be precipitated by many things. The most common, of course, that people are familiar with are irritants in the air, molds, dusts, different pollens that may precipitate an asthma attack.
Other triggers are cold air, respiratory irritants such as cigarette smoke, perfumes, potpourri.
Most asthma sufferers can reduce the frequency of attacks by taking practical measures to avoid the known causes.
When I have an asthma attack, it feels like someone is sitting on my chest. Very heavy feeling. I can't take a deep breath. It's a pretty scary feeling, actually. The worst thing about an asthma attack is the feeling of not being able to breathe, and if you don't have the medication you need with you, your breaths just get shorter and shorter and shallower and shallower. You get very scared. It's like suffocating.
Standard meter-dose inhalers are indeed, quite surprisingly, very difficult to use.
It's actually quite difficult for patients to coordinate pressing of the metered-dose inhaler with inspiration or breathing in. If they can't coordinate pressing and breathing actions, they don't get the optimal benefit of using the drug.
There are some groups of patients, especially the elderly, that have a very difficult time with a non-automated or non-breath-actuated metered-dose inhaler. And they are particularly excellent candidates for a breath-actuated device, which is automatic.
Fortunately, a recent development by 3M Pharmaceuticals may provide an answer to this problem. It's a breath-actuated metered-dose inhaler that doesn't depend on coordination of pressing and breathing. The top lever is simply lifted up, the unit is shaken, and the patient puts their lips around the mouthpiece and inhales. The medication is delivered by the inhalation of the user's breath.
So this, you just take a breath in. That's all you have to do. There's nothing to worry about. You don't get too much or too little. It really changed the way that it changed my life as far as the asthma goes. It's so much better now. I feel like I'm in control of it. It doesn't control me anymore.
With the autoinhaler delivery system, patients can receive the right amount of medication at the right time in their breathing cycle. Medication is deposited into the lungs, providing relief from their asthma symptoms.
For those facing a life-threatening illness, maintaining quality of life can be a constant struggle. Here's a look at one option that's helping to comfort some people.
It can be one of life's most difficult challenges. For those facing a terminal illness, coping with the physical and emotional impact is often a daily struggle.
When I discovered I was terminally ill, were issues around dying and whether or not I was ready, on a spiritual sense. A lot of fear, that's about all I remember, is feeling that, am I ready to die?
While emotional support from loved ones can help ease part of the burden, finances can often lead to additional strain.
I just got your bill. I don't know if you know it or not, but I live on Social Security disability. That's my sole income.
Today, some terminally ill patients are choosing to take advantage of their assets, such as life insurance, and receive the financial benefits while they're still living. It's called a viatical settlement.
The term viatical settlement is for individuals, terminally ill individuals who'd like to sell an existing life insurance policy, and they can use those proceeds from that existing life insurance policy today for whatever they deem necessary, whether it be more elaborate medical care, to pay off an existing mortgage, or to take a long-awaited vacation.
Viatical settlement brokers, like the Medical Escrow Society, may also help the patient or viator achieve the highest possible settlement.
Well, the Medical Escrow Society represents the insured. So the individual who calls us up and has a life insurance policy to sell, the Medical Escrow Society will represent them exclusively.
The company was founded by David Scott Reed, who originally set out to help a seriously ill friend by finding someone to purchase his only asset, his life insurance policy. Recognizing a need for others like his friend, Reed set out to represent the seriously ill as well as educating them about financial options.
The important thing to remember is a viatical settlement for the individual who is terminally ill, and for that matter for the family that surrounds that individual. The difference is that they can take advantage of that money while they're alive.
The primary benefit of the viatical settlement for me was the absence of fear of financial insecurity. The ability to pay rent, to pay the bills, to eat out, to go to the show, to spend money. That was the benefit.
For those facing a life-threatening illness, viatical settlements may provide a valuable alternative as a financial resource, easing some of the burden while helping to maintain quality of life.
If you're on the internet already or thinking about it, you'll be amazed at how much information there is concerning your health and well-being. For a good start, visit our Today's Health website at www.vstar.com. We hear so much about diseases, cancer, AIDS, heart disease. Sometimes seems that preserving our health is a lost cause, but it's not. People in the U.S. are living longer than ever before. We're becoming more health conscious, and it's resulting in longer, healthier lives. I'm Faith Daniels. If you want more information about anything we covered today, visit our website at www.vstar.com. And join us again next time as we get right to the heart of matters concerning your life on Today's Health.
This has been a presentation of 5 Star Productions USA, which is solely responsible for its editorial content.